Today's collectible spot, we are finally having a look at the Funko Horror Classics Mystery Minis Series 3. The number one request that Spot has gotten over the last several weeks is when I was going to finally have a look at the Horror Classics Mystery Minis, and that time is right now. Couldn't have done just one, could not have done 3 boxes like I normally do. Had to do an entire case. Spot normally does entire cases of Funko, but this one, most specifically, I had to do an entire case. I just could not have done the review justice, I think, without going through the top 6 and the bottom 6, giving us a total of 12 boxes. The front of the box, let's have a look at the individual boxes. Front of the box, we have Elvira, Slimer, Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors, Freddy with his syringe hands. The side, we've got the original Mummy from Universal Studios. We've got the girl from Exorcist, Patrick Bateman from American Psycho. Then on the back side here, once again, none of the names are present. Oh, Funko, I love you. Jack Torrance from The Shining, Nightmare 3, Freddy, the girl from Exorcist, Slimer. The character from Clockwork Orange, Malcolm McDowell's one of his more infamous, famous roles. Once again, Elvira. Friday the 13th, Part 7. The New Blood Jason. And then we've got, once again, Patrick Bateman, the Mummy, the Werewolf, the Clown, which I've not seen, but the Clown from American Horror Stories. Alec Baldwin, that's not his name, but Alec Baldwin from Beetlejuice. The twins from The Shining. And Bruce, that's not really his name, the shark from Jaws. Not a bad selection. Let me say one thing though. I am really bombastically, not enraged, but Funko, what are you doing? Let me just put this in context for everybody here. Well, some of the figures are a 1 of 6 chance and 1 of 12 chance. Characters such as Nightmare Freddy is 1 of every 72. 72, equally so. Patrick Bateman was also 72, 1 of 72. The Jaws shark, 1 of 6, that's not so bad. The twins, 1 of 36. It would basically tell you right here, let's say there's a total of, there's 12 characters, and then you've got 2 at the bottom, that's 14. There's only 12 in here, but even looking at that, looking at the 14 selection of characters on the back here, it does not even mean you're going to get the entire set, as with the likelihood of, say, getting Freddy are slim, the likelihood of getting Patrick Bateman are slim, and if anything, I would love at least to get a Jack, definitely a Jason, and definitely a Freddy and an Elvira. Some of the other ones maybe I could pass on. I want to get a Slimer. I could probably likely pass on the Clown. The selection is a little iffy, Funko, a little iffy. You could have picked a little bit better characters on some of these. But, I mean, points for the Jason, points for the Freddy. I just don't think 1 of 72 to get a Freddy. Oh, boy. Anyways, we're going to grab Old Red here. I've been ranting for the last couple of minutes. Let's actually get into opening these, because this is what you guys want to see. So come on, at least we can get a Jason, at least we can get a Freddy. I'll be a very happy fellow if that's the case. So we're going to open up the first box. If you also haven't had a chance to check it out, Spot's done the review of the first 2 waves of these. So when you maybe finish having a look at this video, go back and have a look at Series 1 and Series 2 and see what you missed out on. So the first bag, I'm going to put that right over there, the first bag from the new Horror Classics Mystery Minis, which I did pick up at my local comic book store, we got ourselves, now I don't remember his name, but we have the character from Beetlejuice, Alec Baldwin's character, with the eyeball fingertips, ew, and his face stretched back. You can see the little handprint on there. Very cool. I wonder we'll get Gina Davis, the other character there as well from Beetlejuice. And I think we already did get a Beetlejuice, so that's pretty cool. Maybe we get eventually a Lydia. I think of all the mystery minis, the horror ones are by far my favorite. If they could just keep churning these out, even if you can give us like different versions of Jason, different versions of Freddy, different versions of Chucky, I mean, I would be all over that. It's also indicated on the box here, and I know I'm rambling a lot. There's on the box it says look for all the rare versions. So likelihood, much like other mystery minis, if you go to different stores, I think you can get different exclusives and whatnot. Like the NES Jason, which I don't think I ever picked up. I wanted to get that one, I just never got a chance to. All right, so box number 2. Opening these up. Somebody did ask me once how much these are. They're about $9.99 at stores. Just to kind of give you a price point breakdown of these. About $9 at stores. Oh, sweet! Oh, and I knocked Alec Baldwin over. There you go. Sweet goodness. We got ourselves... Now again, let's reveal it first. Then we'll look at the box. Right there. 1 of 72 chance of getting Freddy. And I got Syringe Freddy. From Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3. This was the Dream Warriors Freddy. Let's get high. Very, very cool. No posability on any of these. But that's okay. He slightly has the texture and sculpt on his face like a peanut. Doesn't read as much Freddy to me as it does like the Planter's Peanut. Mr. Peanut? Is that his name, Mr. Peanut? It's Mr. Peanut with syringe hands. Oh, I'm so happy that I got Freddy. I think that would have disappointed me immensely if I never got a Freddy. Freddy and Jason, if I can get those two, happy camper. I can't even get him to stand. We'll just lay him down. All right, so box number 3. I've done this also with the other videos too. Let me know down below, character-wise. Now, we already know the characters that are in this wave, but let me know down below horror characters you would particularly like to see for future horror classic mystery minis. Let me know down below. I'm just going to be kind of thinking of ones while we're going along. Like Candyman. Candyman would be pretty cool. We got ourselves a Ghostface. Maybe like the Fisherman from I Know What You Did Last Summer. I know I'm not probably picking the best ones right now. Maybe a couple of variations of Michael Myers. We got ourselves Slimer. Slimer takes a slight detour from the full standing characters to give us a more floating body. Now, the pedestal that he's standing on is essentially the slime that's coming down from his body. Oh, that is so cool. I love how there's a translucency as well to the slime pool that's forming underneath him. Very, very, very cool. I almost say that might be my favorite right now. I mean, Freddy, obviously, love the Freddy, but I love the difference, just the uniqueness of the Slimer there. This one feels a little bit heavier. I don't know if that will actually mean anything. Probably will mean nothing. But let's open it up and find out. See what we got. The 4th box, as we're getting progressively through the top tier, the Mystery Minis, Horror Vinyl Mystery Minis. Oh, I'm just making a mess of this one. Dump the box out. Dump it on the floor. I didn't put my garbage can here this time around, so you might hear stuff hitting the floor. This one we got, I don't know his name, the gentleman from Clockwork Orange, which I've only actually seen twice. I watched part of it on TV, and then I just got around, I think I bought it on VHS. I watched it, and I'm like, wow. Not one of my favorite Stanley Kubrick movies. It's Stanley Kubrick movies can be a little out there. Clockwork Orange is a lot out there. It's not a bad movie, but it has to be looked at with a certain grain of salt. Like you kind of have to have you have to have the right mindset, I think, to be watching it. Kind of like Rocky Horror Picture Show. I never have a mindset to be watching Rocky Horror Picture Show, but Clockwork Orange, you have it's not for everyone's taste, so to speak. All right, so let's see what we got so far. We got Slimer. Freddy, which was, we got the character from, the husband from Beetlejuice, and Clockwork Orange. Okay, so let's, again, I hope to get a Jason. I mean, I could just pack up shop and go home for the day if I got myself a Jason. I would still obviously look at the rest of it. I wouldn't leave you guys stranded. Let's see what we got here. We got ourselves Jack Nicholson from The Shining. A quite unanimous suggestion, I think, for when I did the other video and I asked what you guys would like to see. A lot of people said Jack from, The Shining. Love, of course, he has a little axe. I guess you could, if they wanted to reuse a mold, they could have a variant of him covered in like the icicles and kind of like a bluish tone to him, like he's been frozen. Oh, that's a good figure right there, like that. Put that right over there. Spot still has kept all his mystery minis. Maybe one of these days I'll do a video. Let me know down below if you guys want to see a video where I show you my favorite mystery minis. Maybe from the horror line, and I can just do like a little, or a recap video. I just kind of recap all the mystery mini, horror mystery minis. I may not do it for every mystery mini, but maybe for the horror ones, because I have a very soft spot, for, of course, for horror movies and collectibles. You know me. By now, I think you guys know me. The final bag on the top row. It's also to note as well that the interior of the box sort of kind of looks like not the cellar, but the area in Saw where the two guys are shackled up. We got ourselves the original mummy with the scarab ring there. Comparing one to the other guys over there, this one doesn't have as much coloring. Of course, the gold on his ring stands out as a result of it. That's pretty cool though. Still like that. I like also too that they jumped all over the place with different characters. It wasn't all characters from the 80s, characters from the 90s. They dabble into different territories. Just trying to actually grab this box. There we go. Take the wrap off. Don't you hate it when wrap sticks to your fingers and you do your best to try to get it off, and then you do get it off, but then it falls in the wrong place and then you want to pick it up, but then it gets stuck to your fingers again? Oh, I hate that. I hate that so much. Packing peanuts are also the worst. And you probably can gather too, like I get a lot of stuff shipped where there's probably a good chance of getting packing peanuts. Packing peanuts are not the way to go when it comes to wrapping anything, because they're not good for the environment. But boy, they just stick to everything. It's just like, it just clings to you. It just doesn't want to let go. Like a really poor relationship that you want to get out of. Just a person just stays, just clings to you. Let's see what else we have in here to go along with the mummy. We have ourselves the Wolfman. And let's actually show the two there. Mummy and the Wolfman. Again, no posability on these, but that's okay. Don't expect them to have posability. The sculpts alone, I just love the simplistic sculpts to them. Let's open up the next box. It's slightly sad because we're getting really down to the wire of wrapping up the bottom, and I don't want to stop unboxing these. I love these. The boxes, of course, have gotten a little bit smaller. I think the original horror mystery minis, I mean, it was a much bigger box. Funko has now reduced, of course, the size of the boxes. Now you get 12 inside. I don't know what this one feels like. It doesn't feel like an axe, so it's not Patrick. Let's see what we got. No, we got ourselves Elvira. You probably can't see there. Actually, Elvira's a good example here, how they all have triangular fingernails. This is a nice little touch. They certainly have emphasized Elvira's, one of her more notable traits. This one would likely stand the best because she's got a flatter surface with her dress. There's Elvira. Continuing on, we are now down to 4 boxes left. The jewel so far is the Freddy. Not by virtue of the fact that the figure is so spectacular, but because looking at it, I was just so depressed to think 72. Am I going to have to buy another case of these? 72. 1 in 72 I would have a Freddy. Luckily that not be the case. Now if again I could just get the Jason, this would be a very successful outing. And what we did get though, not a Jason, but we got ourselves another Wolfman, because the Wolfman is 1 of 6. You know, so it goes without saying that you're gonna, and really actually the husband from Beetlejuice, 1 of 24, so I did well in that department as well. But there's a lot of Elvira's 1 of 6, Mummy's 1 of 24, so I guess my odds have been pretty good. But again, for me, the key, whoa, this one is heavy. This one is really heavy. But I mean, my odds though, I would love still to get that New Blood Jason. I mean, you know, I'm a sucker for Jason collectibles, Freddy collectibles, but even like, you know, like the mystery minis are some of my favorite Jason collectibles. I know they're small, they don't really do too much, but just love these. Funko, if you are watching, the likelihood of that is very slim to none. But if you are watching, please make more of these. This one definitely feels like a shark. And we've got, yes it is. There's the shark. Chewing on the oxygen tank. Now this would be a dead giveaway. I mean, if you're buying in these in the comic book store and you're picking up the boxes, this one feels drastically heavier than the other ones. He's also a 1 of 6 chance. Now why does he have to be a 1 of 6 and yet Jason is a 1 of 24? Oh, that's so wrong. That's so, you know, Bruce is cool. I keep, you know, the name Bruce obviously. But man, I wish Jason like was a 1 of 6 or something. We are down to the last 2. Tears are now starting to be shed, not only by you, the viewers, but also by me. Let's see what we got. 14 figures, and they put the number, like the odds, at such high. If you ask me, in some cases unreachable. Unless you go and you're buying a lot of these, and I don't, you know, as much as I would love to get more of these, it sucks having to buy so many different boxes if you're looking for one character. Well, you know how it goes. That's the world of collecting, especially these blind boxes. Okay, so we're down to the last box. Now this one does, again, feel heavy. There's a good likely chance that it's not a Jason. But let's see what we got. Cut the plastic, cut the plastic. Let's see what we got. What we have in the last box is probably going to be the shark, because the shark is 1 of 6. Like really, who wants the shark that much that you would make that 1 of 6? And yet Jason, a likable, well, obviously, I answer my own questions with my own answers, because Funko knows that collectors would likely want to get a Jason more so they'll continue to go back and buy them. That's the harsh reality of marketing. Marketing, it works well in their favor, because you're going to go back and you're going to want to pick up more of these. But what we did ultimately get in the final box, pretty much a dead giveaway, we have a second shark. You could say this is Jaws 2. It's not their names, I know, but the shark from Jaws 2, shark from Jaws 1. Maybe this is the Jaws 3D shark that comes very badly CG'd towards the screen, and then it smashes the water, smashes the glass with the water. All right, so let's have a look at what we got. We got 2 sharks, 2 Elviras, as the packaging has alluded, 2 Elviras. We've got ourselves 2 Wolfmen, plural, 2 Wolfmen. I mean, the odds were certainly against us in this review. We got ourselves the Universal Studios original Mummy. We've got Malcolm McDowell from Clockwork Orange. Alec Baldwin, even though that's not his name in Beetlejuice, but the husband from Beetlejuice. Slimer Probably my favorite from this wave. Jack from The Shining. And finally, the very first figure, which kind of set my expectation level high when I got this one. I thought, wow, there's a good chance I might even get myself a Jason. No such luck, but we did get ourselves A Nightmare on Elm Street Part 3, The Dream Warriors, syringe-fingered Freddy Krueger, which kind of looks again like Mr. Peanut. But let's kind of just quickly look at these again. We did get, these two, Slimer. We got these two. We got these two, and this one, and the shark. The only ones we didn't get was the girl from The Exorcist, Patrick Bateman, which is like a 1 of 72. The clown from that show. I don't even watch that show. The twins from The Shining. That's the only ones we didn't get, but I would love to have gotten a Jason. Shenanigans. I say shenanigans. Let me know down below, guys, if you would, well, first of all, what you think of this series. Was it one of the better horror mystery mini series? Do you think Funko kind of did a little, sucks to be you, let's put Jason at 1 of 24? That's ridiculous. But let me know also down below who you would like to see in a Series 4. Today's collectible spot, we were finally having a look at the Funko Horror Classics Mystery Minis Series 3. I hope you enjoyed this video. Stay tuned. Speaking of videos, Spot's got lots more videos. Oodles and noodles and boodles, that's not a word, of videos. Stay tuned for those. As always, thanks for watching as you always do. I'll see you next time.